Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Amelia and I post new lifestyle videos every Wednesday at 4 p.m. So I'm going to be starting a new little series here on the channel that's called the Evolution of Blank. And it's going to be where I kind of go through the evolution of different fashion brands. I got this idea from another YouTuber, Smoky Glow. Love her channel. If you don't know who she is, I would definitely go check her out. She does evolution of videos too, but she does them of YouTubers. And while I was like talking to my boyfriend about it and just other video ideas I had, he kind of suggested that I do the same, but just with fashion brands, as I am into fashion despite my quarantine outfit looks, which have just been like weird blouse sweatpant combinations for the past few months. So I'm gonna be starting with Kate Spade. And if you know me, you know I love her brand through and through. I am absolutely obsessed, so I thought it would be a good one to start with, as I already have some background information and it's definitely a brand that I am passionate about. So I'm basically going to be starting out with a quick synopsis of the brand, then I'm going to go through their timeline up until present day and close it out with where they're at currently, any opinions, closing thoughts, whatever. I might change up the name of this in the future, but for right now it's just going to kind of be like Evolution of. I think I want to do one per month, maybe a few depending on any other ideas I have or ideas I don't have. So for those of you who don't know, Kate Spade was an actual person. She unfortunately committed suicide a few years ago. And since Suicide Awareness Day was a few days ago, I did want to put links in my bio to help anyone who is suffering, or for those who know someone who is suffering. So the crisis hotline and the Kate Spade Foundation will also be down there. I have like my laptop with notes here, so if I look down, that is kind of what I am looking at. So as a quick synopsis, Kate Spade is probably a lower luxury tier label. I do not mean that in a disrespectful way at all. I am just saying if we're gonna like tier brands, I'm gonna say like high tier, mid tier, low tier. You know, Kate Spade is not as expensive as say an Hermes bag, but the average person probably needs to save up money to buy one of her bags, or would have to go to an outlet mall to afford it. Now, the outlet mall debate is something that was talked about in the fashion industry when Kate Spade started to open stores in outlet malls. I can get more into it later, but that's that. When you go onto their website, they describe themselves as optimistic femininity. It's a global life and style house that has handbags, clothing, jewelry, home decor, and tech accessories. They value thoughtful details, sophisticated colors, and their brand is synonymous with joy. And their signature tagline is "Live colorfully." You can kind of find that tagline in, if you get like actual shopping bags for them, it's inside. Back in 1991, Kate Spade left her job as an accessories editor at Mademoiselle magazine. They used to be owned by Condé Nast. Pretty sure they don't exist anymore. She left to actually start her own handbag line, which her then boyfriend but husband encouraged her to create while they were out at a Mexican restaurant. She was just complaining about her work life basically, and how just serious and kind of cutthroat it is to work in the fashion industry, and she just didn't want to move up anymore at the magazine. So her husband just said, "Hey, why don't you start your own handbag line?" She was like, "You can't just start a handbag line." He was like, "Sure you can." And that's pretty much where it started. So she quit her job and immediately began making patterns. Now, she did not have any prior fashion experience, not know how to actually make a pattern, so she would get pieces of large paper and literally tape them together to create the shape of the handbag that she wanted. She eventually found a pattern maker in the back of Women's Wear Daily, and they worked together to create actual patterns that could actually be created. Then in 1993, she signed up for her first trade show at the Javits Center in New York. They did not sign up early enough. They did not have enough money, so they were just stuck in a corner. They didn't even have like a proper setup. She brought furniture from her apartment to display these 6 bags that she had created. Despite what Kate Spade is known today as kind of more of a leather goods store, they started out with nylon bags, and the sandbag, which is an iconic bag, recently had a launch, like a relaunch in recent years. It was made of nylon, and this is what became the iconic, I'm saying iconic so many times, became the iconic bag in the 90s. And when you thought of Kate Spade, this is the bag that you thought of back then. Despite not being in a prime location, she still had 2 buyers at this trade show, Barney's and another department store called Charivari. Again, don't think this exists. Not even sure if I'm saying it right. But they were both department stores. They bought bags from her. Now, despite being in Barney's, especially, she did not do well. They did not turn a profit for 3 years. And I keep saying they because her husband, Andy Spade, was pretty much funding the whole entire venture. But in 1996, things did change for them. The CFDA, otherwise known as Council of Fashion Designers, awarded her the New Fashion and Talent Prize. This put her name on the back. So in 1996, she won this prize. They were able to open their first store in Soho. They finally broke even, and her husband was able to quit his day job at an advertising agency. Then in 1998, they started to open stores in Boston, LA, and Tokyo. Celebs like Gwyneth Paltrow and Julia Roberts were wearing her styles, and the brand was making $28 million a year, which is so crazy to think of. A 5-year difference between when they started to then, and even the fact that in only 2 years they grew from bleeding money to making $28 million. That's a huge growth. Companies these days rarely do it. I think it's like you shouldn't expect to break even for 5 years. So to make $28 million is a pretty good deal. But in 1999, Neiman Marcus Group bought a 56% stake in the company for an estimated $33 million. Then over the next few years, they just kept expanding, and in 2006, Neiman Marcus sold their stake to Liz Claiborne Inc. Liz Claiborne has had a few name changes since then, but back then it was just Liz Claiborne, for $124 million. So you can see in these short amount of times that Kate Spade was still growing. A year later in 2007, Kate and her husband left Kate Spade completely. There isn't too much on why they left. The main reason is that Kate Spade wanted to focus on raising her daughter. Deborah Lloyd at that point became the creative director, and she is the one who expanded Kate Spade to include clothing, housewares, and fragrances. I should also mention that there was also like a brief period where Kate Spade was designing airline uniforms for stewardesses and stewards that never took off. Literally, the airline went bankrupt. And now most recently in 2017, Kate Spade was sold to Coach for $2.4 billion, which falls under Tapestry Inc. Quick side note, I have to say when I heard this, I was quite concerned just because Coach has taken an odd turn, I feel, in recent years. I'm not in love with their creative direction, and I was definitely worried that Kate Spade would kind of follow suit and it might fall apart. But in the 3 years since then, almost 4, I have to say, Kate Spade hasn't changed. So I'm pretty happy. Offshoots of Kate Spade had also started, so Kate Spade Saturday and Jack Spade, but they were quickly dissolved once Tapestry got involved. I think there's now only a section called like Kate Spade for Men on their website, and it's like a very small portion. So at present day, Kate Spade has 315 stores worldwide, but they can also obviously be found online and in outlet malls. The creative vision for the brand hasn't changed much over the 20 years from the images that I found when they first started to today. It is pretty much occupies that playful, creative, not so serious space. I think that is a major brand point of Kate Spade. A lot of interviews that you read from her, she says that that's what she wanted. She didn't like that the fashion industry was so serious, and especially back in the 90s when grunge was really in, it was kind of just dark and depressing, and she just wanted it to be a light, happy space and it be accessible for everyone. Also recently they have had a lot more celebrities kind of take over as influencer voices for their brand. I would say when Anna Kendrick started the hashtag Misadventures campaign back in 2015, that's when I think their social media presence really took off, and a lot more young people like around my age started to become interested. I've definitely seen an increase in like Instagram among like the people I've gone to school with and everything, you know, taking photos of their Kate Spade bag. Anna Kendrick really had a moment with Pitch Perfect, so I think it was a perfect collaboration. I think Anna Kendrick still has that feminine but quirky style that Kate Spade kind of gets in there with. They've also had celebrities such as Sadie Sink from Stranger Things, which is an interesting choice since she's, I'm pretty sure, under 18. I will confirm that on screen. They've had Busy Phillips, Rosie Perez, and Anna Faris. So that's pretty much it, but I do want to return back to the outlet mall discussion. You know, I'm not a millionaire yet, so that is where I get most of my Kate Spade items. You might feel a certain way about designers being in outlet malls. I don't see it in a negative light. I think there were some rumors when it first happened, like, you know, are they going bankrupt? Like, what's happening? Why are they doing this? But it does not seem to be that it was a money problem. I think it was more just a business move, to the fact that Kate Spade's big thing was that fashion was accessible, and I think putting your brand in outlet malls does make it more accessible. But again, it's definitely opinion based, because you might be of the opinion that no, like, there's this certain gate of like luxury fashion that does make it exclusive, right? It's a privilege to be able to buy this stuff, and it's a status symbol and all these things, and when they get put into outlet malls, it takes away that a little. Or you could be the type of person who kind of says like, I mean, does there have to be a gatekeeper on fashion? Is that really fair? Or should it be for everyone? And I think that's what Kate Spade, the person, really wanted her brand to be about. She wanted to be fun and playful and not too serious like some other luxury fashion labels could be. I have to say, I did learn some things while doing this little project. It was a fun little project to kind of break up my quarantine work life. But as a quick little peek, we will peek into my accessories closet to show you. So first, I will say my earrings are Kate Spade, and yes, they are cats, because I'm just going to turn into a crazy cat lady. So this is like my accessories closet. Most of these bags are Kate Spade. You can see like that's a Kate Spade shopping bag. So this is one, that's one. This is the first one I actually ever got. I still love it even though the handles are kind of breaking. There's one just hanging out in here. You see it's like a hot pink one. There's this light pink one that you can say I've yet to use because I got it for my birthday right before quarantine. Oh, then there's this pink one with the glitter polka dots, because of course. Then I have a mini light pink one, a mini light blue one. I think I got this one for my birthday from my friends. There's this hot pink one. There's this blue one with pearl. This hot pink one. That's not one of those. There's this clutch. I have another clutch somewhere. There's this one that's kind of seen better days. It's not one. And then that black one. I have another clutch somewhere. It might be in another bag, but it's sparkly pink, because what else color would it be? And did I order another Kate Spade bag yesterday? Yes, I did, because it was on sale and I can't say no to a sale. I also have like shoes and champagne glasses and more jewelry and the tech watch and like wallets and planners and stuff. So no, I don't I don't have a problem. In case you're wondering, I don't. No, it's not a problem. Okay? So, and as always, wear a mask, be smart, be safe, and I hope you all have a wonderful day.